For the very first time, we are seeing the Toyota CHR, the second generation, the much anticipated second generation on Australian shores. It has had a tech upgrade and it obviously looks pretty different, quite futuristic and very edgy, and it will be hybrid only. The CHR was inspired by the latest Prius hatch. This SUV will become the first Toyota passenger vehicle without a Prius badge to be offered only with hybrid power and no traditional petrol-only models. There will be 3 model grades in Australia: the GXL and Cobra with a 1.8-litre hybrid system and front-wheel drive, and the flagship GR Sport, which we're in now, with a 2-litre hybrid and all-wheel drive. The design might look familiar, and that's because it's been adopted from the latest Prius. There's a hammerhead front-end theme with C-shaped LED headlights and a sharp nose. It also gets these very sleek-looking pop-out door handles. Other highlights include Toyota CHR illuminated lettering between the taillights, a 2-tone paint scheme, and wheel sizes up to 19 inches in diameter in Australia. This GR Sport is set to use, as mentioned, the larger 2-litre engine, which produces 112 kilowatts and 190 newton meters. It has 2 electric motors and a similar lithium-ion battery for a 145 kilowatt system output with all-wheel drive. One thing you'll notice as soon as you jump in here is that it's got a really large panoramic roof. It doesn't have a sunshade, but I'll tell you why. In here, they've actually put plenty of layers of coating, because I know a lot of people see that there aren't some sun blides on these sunroofs and you think you're going to get sunburnt driving around. That's not the case. As I said, they've done additional coatings in here so that you don't need that sunshade. This car has been designed, engineered and built in Europe, and you know what? I've had a bit of a feel of all the fabrics in here, had a bit of a look around. Build quality is great. You can really tell it looks really plush. This here is the GR Sport, so your range topper. So it looks really funky, but it also has those fun, sporty red elements to it as well. Now these seats here, they've got some leather accents around them, but also a really nice suede finish. So available features on the flagship models include a JBL premium sound system, dual zone climate control air conditioning, heated front seats and steering wheel, 64 colour ambient lighting, a wireless phone charging pad and surround view camera. 12.3-inch touchscreen here that runs Toyota's new software, and a 12-inch digital display here as well. Looking at some of the other features, you can see the GR badging and the red stripes throughout. You've got red stitching on the steering wheel, red stitching on the seats. There's some really nice GR embossing in these seats as well. Storage is great. I mean, this is a city SUV, so you've got this really long area here that feeds through underneath the climate control. You've got 2 cup holders, and this actually looks quite large too in the center compartment with a little tray. So there's certainly plenty of room throughout the front of this cabin, but lots of really nice elements in here, including some recycled materials. A lot more recycled materials in this car compared to its predecessor, and that includes the fabric on the seats as well. Jumping in, I have to mention a really big highlight is those funky door handles on the exterior. In the back, look, it feels pretty comfy. That's my leg room there, lots of headroom, and then of course it is very bright and airy because you get that massive sunroof that stretches all the way back to the rear seats. Look, you don't get your air vents, but you do get a seat back pocket. There's a charging port there. There's also a cup holder in the door. No door bins and no pull down armrest, but other than that, look, it's got everything you need in the back here for a funky city SUV. It's worth noting that CHR is expected to be an evolution of the previous model's TNGA-C front wheel and all-wheel drive architecture. This is shared with the Prius, Corolla hatch and sedan, Corolla Cross SUV and other Toyota and Lexus models. So the ever-groovy city SUV from Toyota aimed at a younger buyer. Let us know if you like the look. It's due around March, April 2024. Still not 100% certain on the price, but to keep updated with all of those details, head on over to Drive.com.au.